Okay, hello, my friend. Hopefully you are doing great. So, sorry for any background noise around. Hopefully you can still hear my voice well. So, in this lesson, it should be the last lesson in the whole tutorial Java for QA engineers, especially for beginners. So this lesson, we will not do anything new. Instead, we will try to revise our knowledge by building a small project, and we call it the book management. So this book management is as an application, but it will not have any UI, but instead we will have a menu option for the user in the console. So this book management will do something like it will allow user to input a book like the title, and every single book will have a unique ISBN, the year of the book, and the author. And then it will allow user to save the book list to the system as a file. And then we can retrieve the books based on ISBN or retrieve the books from author. Okay. So we need to think about what we must do first. So we need to create a Poker model, and then after that we will create a data factory to allow us to save or retrieve book data from our system. Then we will create a manual function with all the options that we already discussed here, right? And finally, we will loop the menu in an infinitive loop. And we will have, in that menu, we need to have an option to allow user to terminate the program correctly. So here, let me try to open the IDE. So in the IDE, you need to create 3 buckets. Actually, you don't need to do that. You can put all of the things in just one single bucket. But as my recommendation, you need to create them separately because it's a best practice for you. So for me, I will create 2 buckets with 2 names like sdpro.scom.io. The second bucket will be sdpro.com.model, and the last one will be sdpro.scom.test. So don't be confused when you see 3 packages here under the sdpro.com because the IDE automatically try to group them under same thing command here. So you just need to create 3 packages like I have just told you, okay? And in the model, what we do, we will create a book model. So I already created here because there is nothing new for you, so I don't want to try to retype all of the things. But let me try to explain around first. So you just need to put 4 private property here. The first one is a title as a string. The second one is ISBN as an integer. And the third one will be the author name as a string. And the last one should be integer at the year of the book. After that, you don't need to retype all of those things here because you already show me how can I try to right click and generate. So you can do the same thing after you declare all of the private property. You just right click and then you generate here. So you can see there's a lot of options for you to generate all of the thing here. But the thing here that please try to create 2 constructor. One constructor is default constructor with no parameter. And the second one, that's the constructor with full parameter here at all of the private property here. Okay, so try to quickly generate a book model like that under package model. So in the IO package, we create a new class with the name data factory. There's a lot of code like here, but don't worry because you already have that in the lesson 23, I think. And you can see the data factory here. So if you understood poorly that lesson, what you do that you just simple to copy all of the thing here over new class here, but try to pay attention about the package name here. You need to try to replace the package name with the new location here. you see. And in the data factory, we don't have a customer here anymore, but instead we will have the book here, right? So try to replace by the book here, try to replace all of the thing here. Let me try to explain. So the first function, we have the save book list, and as parameter, we will accept a list of books, and string, this is the path where we need to save that list. So we have the try catch inside, everything for the file system and how to save it. So this is something like similar from the old one here, you can see. But here in the for loop here, you need to replace something like book from the book list here, and then you need to declare a string variable as data like here with the book get title, and then semicolon book dot get ISBN semicolons, and book dot get author name semicolon again, and the book dot get year. Here this is the first thing different with this one, you see, different. Okay, and now you try to save it to the file, and everything else, the rest will be the same. So the second function, that is reach book list. So we have something like reach customer list here, but now we change the function name to reach the book list, and we will return a list of book, not customer anymore, and we have parameter at the back from the book list. Okay, so here we will return a list of book here. You see, you try to replace the customer by the book model here, and instead of customers, we have the books here. Okay, sorry. So here, the very important thing in the while loop here. So you see the difference here. This is the while loop here, because we have different models. So that's why when we get out the data, it will be different a little. So we will read the book data equal data lines, and we will split by semicolon, but we will have a four parameter. The first parameter for data, the first data will be the title, should be the book data as the first element here. And the second one, you can refer here. You see, the first one will be the title, second one should be ISBN, the ISBN, but because the, let me try to group them correctly here, and then you can see easier here, up, not this one. So the second one is the ISBN, and it's an integer. So that's why we need integer dot parse int function to get the book data, because it will be a string. I already explained for you in the lesson how to write and read file system, right? So for string, we don't need to do anything else, but for the year, we need to convert from string to the integer again. And then after that, we will add a new book with the title, ISBN, author name, and the year here, and the data line. After that, we will read the next line. So that means everything else, the rest one, will be the same from the lesson 23, how to write and read a file system. Okay, so this is the data factory file. So you try to create yourself, copy and try to modify based on what I have just explained for you. So the last one will be in the bucket test here, s-products.com.test here, and you open, it should be, we create a class name. For me, I created a class with the name textbook management. So inside, what do we have? Let me try to minimize all of the methods that I already created. So here, I will create a public static void book menu option. And then in the main function here, I will put it in an infinity infinity loop here, you can see while true. So this is basically an infinity loop. And I just keep calling that book method again and again. So that means we need an option to terminate the program correctly. So let's try to understand those parameters first. So the first one should be the books list, and we declare as a status, and at the beginning time if you have nothing here, just a new array list. And the second one, that is the book database that you can put anywhere. For me, I will put in the root directory of this project with the name books.txt. Okay, so here let me expand the book menu function here. You can see I just print out all of the options here. Please select an option, and the first option is as a menu book, as a new book. The second one, file a book with based on ISBN. The third one will be 5 books from an author, and the final one, very important, that exit the program. So, and then after that, I will declare an input option. And then we will use the scanner equal new scanner if from the system that's in. If you focus about that, you can refer in the lesson number 4 here. We already did it in a while loop here. Okay. And then I will reassign the input option equal scanner.netInt because the user will input a number. So that's why we will use the netInt. So after that, we use the switch case inside. So let's see, for example, if the user input the case number 4 here is matched to exit the program, we will call something like system.exit. So the exit function will accept any number, but as a best practice, so for a number that is not 0, that means you need to terminate the program something correctly. So in this case, I will input the number 4, match it with the menu option here, and then I press. So by default, if user input something wrong from not 1 to 3, 4, we are missing 3 here. That's we will do it together later, okay? So for example, user input something wrong, we will print out something like that option is an invalid option here. So for the case user input the number 1, we will call the function add the new book here. So inside the add the new book here, we will do what? First, we need to print out, please enter a book name. And because the book name will be a string, so we will declare something like scanner equal new scanner system.in, but for the book title will be scanner.neckline. Okay. Then after that, we will invite user to please enter the book author. So again, we will assign the book author equal the scanner.neckline. The next one will be the ISBN, and because the ISBN will be an integer, so that's why we will call scanner.netInt. And the final one will be the book year, and again the book year is an integer, so that's why we will call the book year as scanner.netInt again. Finally, we will create a new instance of a book model that we call the constructor new book, and we put book title, ISBN, book author, and the book year. Finally, we will add that book into the list here, okay? And what we do, we will try to save the book list. With the book list here, we call data factory and save the book list, and then the first parameter will be the book list, and the path to save the book list here as the book DB we already declared here. Okay, that's it for the add new book. So if user input the option number 2 here, we will find a book based on ISBN. So here in the files book here, we will declare a new empty book instance, and then we will read all of the books from our file from the system by using data factory dot read book list. Okay. After that, we will print out please enter a book ISBN, and we will declare a new scanner with the net integer. What we do, we will look over all of the books that we already retrieved from the file system here. If the book underscore gets ISBN equal the ISBN that user have just input here, we will do what? We will assign the book here equal dash books underscore from the list. And if that means if we look over the books, but we cannot find out any book that matches with the ISBN, we will print out something. The book is not found. Else, we will print out the whole books here. Okay, the whole books that we have just found. So in the book model, you can see here we have a toString, default toString. So you don't need to do anything. You just need to do something like, you already knew that, but let me do again for you. So when you enter and then you put everything as default, so you will have a default toString methods here, okay? And then we can, after we print out, we can return the book. Actually, we don't need to return the book here, but just put it as a best practice because we find a book, so that means we need to return a book model here. Okay, so let's try to run this program first to see how it works, and after that we will do together to find all the books from an author. Okay, that will save our time because I'm not talking anything new, so I need you to do all things again as a yourself practice to make sure that you understood all of the lessons from this tutorial. Okay, so try to run this program first. So here you see we have the menu here. Let's try to input something like number 5. You probably see that option is invalid, and we will look again here, and we call the book menu again. If I put something like number 4 and I enter, the program will be terminated with the code number 4 that we already input in the function. Where is it? The function here, the function exit. Where is it? Here. This is the code number 4. Okay. So let's try to run it again. And now we will try to input a book. So the book name, for example, Java for beginners. Enter, and the book author, for example, my name, and the ISBN, for example, 111, and the year should be this year 2021. And then you can see we can use the option 2. Let me enter option 2 here. Enter the book ISBN. For example, I want to enter something wrong like 112. Enter, and then you can see that, oh, so there's something like the book author is not existing. Let me try, and it's terminated incorrectly here. So let me try to fix that one. So file book here. So if the book L system, if the book dot get title is empty, so the line, okay, I got it. So here the book get title is empty, so we don't have anything. So when you get title, because we don't have any title because that book is not found from the system, so when you call the get title, it will be null, and you cannot refer something null here. So e empty is not a function of a null object here. So let's try to fix it here. Okay, so for example, if the get title here equal null, and then we will print it out. Okay, that should be enough. And we run again. So let's try to input the number one Java for beginners and my name, and then the book ISBN 111 and year 2021. Try to use the option number 2, enter ISBN 112, and then you see the book is not found, and in this case our program still running because we refer to something get title and it's equal null here. Okay, so now let's try to input the number 2 again, but this time I will input the correct ISBN as 111, enter, and you see that we can print out the book with the name ISBN 111. Okay, so now let's try to implement the rest one for the number 3 here. The number 3, that means we need to find all of the books from an author. So let's put something here. So for the case number 3 here, I want to do something like five books from author, and then what we do, I will press after that, because this function was not created, so we can move the cursor here and we can create the method find book from author here. So we can put it as at a voice, because actually we don't need to return anything else here, but you can return a book list as well. So just keep it simple first. So what we need to do is we will try to retrieve all the book here from the book database, right? So let's copy it, and then here, this is all the books from the system, right? So now what we do, I will declare a list of book, and let's call it the book here equal new array list. Okay, and let me try to do something like, because I mean this should be the book from author, so book list from author. Okay, so this is the book list from author. What I do, I will invite the user to input scanner equal new scanner, and the source should be from system.int. So now what I do, I will have something like string the author name equal scanner.next next lines, because the author name should be a string. So now after that, I will loop all the book from the system here. Let's do a for loop here as the book type and the book underscore from the book list that I retrieved from the system. What I do, if the book underscore dot get the author name equal the author name that user have just input here, what I do, I will do that book list from author at that book underscore. And finally, I will print out all of the book from the author, from that author by loop around here. Okay, so what I do, I will do another loop here from the book title again, the book model again. Here, this should be the author book from the book list from author, and then I just print out the author book here. Okay, so in case we can't find out any books related to that author, that means this array list will be empty, right? So in this case, we need to print out for the user that there is no book from that author. So if the book from author is empty, right? So we will print out something like there is no book for the author, and then let's do something like the author name here. Okay, if we have book, we will print out, and then after that maybe I will return. Let me do something like I will return. That means I don't want to continue to do this one because it will be useless in the case we don't have any books from that author. So just put a return statement here. So that means we will not read those lines. Okay. So now what I do, I will add maybe 3 books. So 2 books will belongs to me under my name, and another book will be for another author. Okay, so try to run it again here. Now I will put the option number 1, the first book Java for beginners, and the book author is my name here. The book ISBN is 111 and the year 2021. Then I will add another book under my name, for example, Python for Java, Python for QA engineer, and my name again here. Then the book ISBN should be 112 and the year 2021 again. So I will add another book with the book name that's, for example, let me think, not JS for beginners, and the name will be something like William, and the book ISBN should be 113, and the year should be 2021. Now what I do, I will do something like 5 books from author, so I will input the number 3 here. So in the number 3 there's something wrong. Let's try to open it again. Okay, we forgot to input the string to invite user to input, but anyway, try to test it out. So for example, I will input something like 113, and I will input the name of the author as William. Okay, enter. So you see there's no books for the author William, so that means something wrong with our application. Try to terminate it, and then try to refresh the shortcut here to get the latest of. Should be reload from this here, and then try to open the books.txt to see what we have inside. So what we have inside here, you can see Node.js, and we have the William here, and we have the William here, but I'm not sure why it cannot retrieve. So try to open the program again here. Data factory, read the book list, and then you scanner the next line, get author name equal author name. Oh, maybe there's something wrong with the okay. If you still remember in the lesson that we tried to compare 2 strings from the file and the string that we already input here, so it's not the same, because when we do something like equal like that, it will be not the same. Okay, so just try to replace something like equals. Okay, equals the author name. It will do something like this one, and this time when I run, I think it will retrieve the correct book list for William. So try to run again, and then this time I will input the option number 3 here, and I will input William, enter. So you see the books from William, and let's try to input my name. So number 3 again, my name Tu Huynh, enter. You see I have 2 books here. For example, I will input something that's existing like Michael, enter. You see there's no book from the author Michael. So this is all for our small application. and hopefully you can understand the whole tutorial from the lesson number 1 to this lesson, and please try to practice yourself, because this lesson is nothing new compared with the previous lessons, but if you do it yourself, you will understand correctly everything in this tutorial, and after that you can continue for other tutorial from my channel. Okay, so best wishes for you, and see you in other tutorial, and bye for now. Okay.